Hello, I'm Bernard Hickey from interest.co.nz and welcome to 90 at 9. Everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, starting now with a bunch of news from the credit crunch and how it just seems to go on and on. Moody's says it's reviewing all its ratings on so-called prime jumbo loans. These are mortgages in the US. Now, they're called prime jumbo loans because they're from people with good credit histories and the size of the mortgages is too large to be bought by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. But they have been sold on in securitized mortgages to other investors. Prime jumbo sounds like something you'd buy at a hamburger supermarket, but very important because this really is the cream of the crop. These are people who shouldn't really be late on making their payments, but Moody says there is a growing trend of people who are late on making their payments. It shows just how serious the real estate collapse in the US is and how it's affecting international credit markets. And that eventually affects us too in higher interest rates. Now, elsewhere in the credit crunch, there's a new debt rollover hurdle that banks will have to face next month. $95 billion worth of so-called floating rate notes are due to mature and banks will have to refinance them. That's quite a chunk to have to swallow at one time. Overall, there's $787 billion worth of these floating rate notes out there that have to be rolled over before the end of 2009, a potential hurdle for the banks. Elsewhere, Macquarie Bank, the so-called silver donut in Australia, the millionaire's factory, its shares fell 10% yesterday and they're down 24% in the last 2 weeks. UBS, an analyst there, issued a forecast that Macquarie Bank's shares would fall and that it was having trouble with its basic business model, which is to borrow a lot of money, buy infrastructure, carve it up into unit trusts that are tax effective, and then take fees along the way. This is the model that has thumped Babcock & Brown and Orco. Macquarie was seen as a bit safer than the rest, but now people are starting to ask questions about Macquarie too. I'm Bernard Hickey, that was 90 at 9 for interest.co.nz.